everyone, this is Dan Holm with Yankee Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Good evening and welcome to another night of high school football on CISN.TV. Hello everybody on this rainy, cool, windy evening. It's time for the home opener for the Centennial Jaguars, who move from the east sideline to the west sideline tonight to be the home team on the board. Hello everybody, I'm Paul Yeager along with Tim Halber here, and Jeff Brooks will be along in a moment. Jeff, we'll talk about the weather, but Tim, the weather, hard to believe in week 2 we're going to be talking about the wind, but for Centennial, it doesn't matter. They ran the ball 52 times last week in a victory against their crosstown rival, the Ankeny Hawks. 57 rushes.
They did. They're a very impressive team. I can see that by the fourth quarter, that Ankeny High was having a tough time with that offensive line. They really did kind of take over, wore them down. It was only a 6-0 ball game going in the fourth quarter, but then they kind of came out, 2 tight end formation, just started running the ball. They had a lot of third and short, so they did a great job running the ball late in the game. That took control and put her away. We'll
talk with Coach Pizzetti in just a moment about what he thinks the weather matters or doesn't matter on a night like tonight. But Coach Sam Anderson, this squad, 0-1. They come from Urbandale, played Johnston last week, lost 34-14. Johnston, one of the best teams in the state. Really a good defense. Those couple of touchdowns, they come on the ground. Normally, Urbandale has been a triple option team. They're more of that run-pass option now. They're running out of the shotgun. Anything's possible.
Yeah, they have 2 good athletes there. Their quarterback's a really good athlete. Colby, he was also, unfortunately, he was also one of the leading rushers last weekend. So I don't think that was in the game plan. But a good athlete there. They got a lot of speed at running back. I think we're going to see that they're going to try and exploit that, kind of get the guys on the edge and see if they can kind of keep that rush down, because the Centennial defense is really good, kind of a bend but don't break. They're a tough unit. They keep everything in front of them. So you have to kind of get to the outside. Very active linebackers, really tough to handle to get the blocks on.
Harrison Whaley is the guy to watch tonight, number 3 in white. He is a 5'9", 160-pound junior. As a sophomore, this guy placed 7th in the 100-meter dash at the state tournament in Class 4A at that meet. Who is 6th? Gavin Williams. He's the running back for Southeast Polk, and Jason Murray for Dowling Catholic was 8th in that race. So some very high-profile names when it comes to football players, and we've got high-profile coaches, and we've got one of them being Jerry Pizzetti. And, Coach knows a thing or two about coaching in big games like this, and he's very familiar with how a game like this can happen and how quickly a game can change. And we had a chance to talk to him earlier tonight about what he thought about this game as he opens up yet another home campaign as a coach.
All right, Coach, you've done this a couple of years. The week 1 to week 2 thing, do you buy into that a team makes a big jump from one week to another?
If you're going to have a successful team, you better. I mean, you better improve every week. And, like they say, everyone says you do improve the most from week 1 to week 2. And we're expecting Urbandale to.
What do you, on film, you told me earlier this week there were some good things. What else did you see that we'll see in the stands tonight?
Well, we just hope to play Jaguar football, and we like to control the ball. We like to mix in the pass with it, and just play real good football without errors and mistakes.
Offensively, I mean, you run the ball a lot. Yeah, this is one of those weird nights already. It's almost like a November night, just not as cold, windy. This is really playing into you.
Yes, it is, and maybe it's it's very windy, and the kicking game is very important, and controlling the football is even more important. Kicking the football, out of your end zone and stuff like that is not good.
And special teams have got to be big for you tonight, too.
Absolutely. They do every week. So, I mean, Urbandale's a very good football team, and here we are, second game of the year, and they're trying to prove something, and so are we.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Hey, thank you.
Jaguars are heading onto the field right now, and they will face the Urbandale Jayhawks. Head coach Sam Anderson and I had a chance to catch up prior to the game as well.
Do you buy into the we improve the most from week 1 to week 2 garbage, or is that garbage?
No, I think there's a lot to be said with that, because you find out about yourself in that week one, maybe things you didn't know. We played a lot of young kids that hadn't seen varsity games, and playing an inexperienced team. So the lights go on, and sometimes not everything's clicking like you want it to. You really can't simulate that in practice either. So I think those strides are made, whether they're seen on the scoreboard or not. Sometimes they're not, but you have to you're going to evaluate the film and really see what happens on that.
Ryan Pizzetti told me last week, he says, we don't know what's going to happen until the bullets start flying, live ammo. I mean, kind of sounds like the same thing. How did your kids respond? Do you talk a lot, looking at video to help them improve from one week to another?
Oh, yeah, we do. We obviously with our film sessions, you're being able to, pick apart each thing, and sometimes where they, said they didn't make a mistake, you point out that they did, and a lot of it's communication too. So that's kind of what we focused on, really the communication aspect and continuing on techniques.
What's the biggest thing you have to do to win tonight?
I think we got to control the football. I think we got to not make stupid mistakes and take care of the football.
All right, Coach, thanks.
Thank you.
Kickoff coming your way next on CISN.TV. It's Centennial and Urbandale.
There's no doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service. There's no doubt about it.
We'll have our coin toss, and we'll have football in just a moment tonight. Receiving the opening kickoff will be the Urbandale Jayhawks. So here is their offense. Up front, Luke Markla, Drake Page, Tanner Kellerhar, Jeremiah Breeze, and Anthony Berry. The wide receiver is Alex Economos, Will Pattison, and Lucas Strain. Running backs, Cole Secar and Harrison Whaley. Their quarterback is 6'1", 205-pound senior, J.D. Colby. For Centennial, they'll bring out a defense up front. It'll be Lucas Pieper, Lane Perusner, Jaden Cooper, Kyle Gustafson. Your linebackers, Logan Niels, Caden Bullwinkle, and Scott Daup. At the secondary position, it's Keaton Gray, Corey Prongi, Tyler Rogers, Jackson Huber. As your secondary. Tim Halber, as you look at keys to that game when you talk offense, defense, what do you see?
Kind of see that last weekend that Centennial did a good job of running the ball. Didn't see much of the passing game. That kind of is a close game. I think they wanted to keep it on the ground. Kind of see if tonight they kind of get that passing game. They kind of went out to the backs a lot. Kind of see if they can get the ball downfield. For Urbandale, once again, they started off well. They had a drive. They had a kickoff that went wide. See if they kind of get some offensive momentum. See if they can spread the field a little bit, kind of use their speed against a very tough Centennial defense. So I think those are the two keys. And see if this wind has any effect, because it's a real south to north wind. So we have Centennial kicking off here and see if it affects the first quarter.
Almost on cue. That means we need to bring in Jeff Brooks down on the sideline. Jeff, how windy is it?
Hey, yeah, I'm down here in the north end zone, and it is blowing straight at me, and it is 10 to 15 solid and then gust to 20. So that will be a factor. The temperature's good, not like last week. So let's see what happens.
And you can already hear the wind in Jeff's mic, and they've already had to put someone to hold the ball for Knief to get the kickoff. It is short, but then the wind, I think, takes it an extra 10 yards into the end zone for a touchback. Urbandale will start 1st and 10 from their own 20. Colby, Whaley, and Secar, so 1, 3, and 5 are the numbers you'll watch tonight. Colby played wide receiver last season, and now this year he moves to quarterback. Coach Sam Anderson said, too good of an athlete to leave off the field. Love it when those guys can play another position. Jaguars bring out that defense up front. Lucas Pieper, Lane Perusner, Jaden Cooper, and Kyle Gustafson. Those guys not on the field for a ton of plays last week. It was the offense that was on the field, and we're ready for our first snap as we are underway for Centennial. Handoff goes right up the middle for Cole Secar. And Secar gets a couple of yards, and that's about it. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, testing out the middle there. They come out 3 wides to the left, and then they got Pattison out to the right side here. Going to see if they want to do something, mix it up in the pass game.
Still out of that shotgun. That's where they'll do the majority of their snaps. Both of these teams like that formation. And look, they'll go pass, and it's caught near the 30. Looks like Will Pattison caught that, and getting credit for the tackle will be Caden Bullwinkle. It'll be 3rd and short. Just under 2 yards to go, Tim.
Yeah, nice little out there, kind of little hook pattern on the outside, right along the sideline. Picked up, kind of had to drive down to catch the ball. I think the wind kind of affected it. He threw it out there. I think I knocked the ball down. Couldn't quite get too much zip on it.
3rd and short. Whaley gets it, and he is stuffed and sent backwards. Last one off the pile is a guy we said a lot last week, Tyler Rogers.
Pruser was in there, kind of got off his block right away, got in the back, messed it all up, couldn't get any momentum, good tackle, really for no gain. Now we'll see how the punt game works against the wind here for Urbandale.
That wind is going from right to left, and punting for Urbandale is Jaden Harrell. And his long snapper will center it up. High kick. Goes across midfield. Fair catch called for and made at the 41-yard line. For Centennial is Avery Gates. We have a player down at about the 49-yard line. Jeff Brooks, I'm not sure if you could see what happened there, but did you, Jeff?
Yeah, I think he got blocked and maybe tried to cut inside, and we'll see. He's grabbing at his lower extremities, as you said last week.
Well, last week we were dealing with all sorts of heat cramps, and then all of a sudden there was an article, and it's something that another program in the Metro does that maybe has some success. It's a form of pickle juice. It's all about the sodium. Jeff, you've coached a lot of softball. You ever tried pickle juice on those hot Iowa days?
Yeah, no, that's not.
Wait a minute,
the one
yeah
for
or
me.
no? Make it up. Yeah or no?
No. Gatorade's good for me.
That's all you need on those days. All right, the player is down, and we'll step away for a quick 30. And when we come back, Centennial will have it 1st and 10.
Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service. There's no doubt about it.
It takes more than a great price and great selection to continue to grow every year. We believe the reason is our core values. Hard work, we work hard for you. Integrity, it's not optional, it's required. We build trusting relationships and don't run when the problems arise. We're always improving the customer experience. It's been the Schottenkirk way for over 50 years. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Waukee, and the all-new Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. It takes more than a great price and great selection to continue to grow every year.
All right, the injured player is for Urbandale, and it is Harris Buljabasic, and Harris is a senior, 6'3", 190-pound wide receiver, and he is kind of ginger on one of those legs, and now it's kind of hard to tell which one, but he makes his way across the field, and we'll have Centennial, which will bring up on their offensive line. It'll be Tristan Hoy, Trevor Fermonic, Trey Morris, Lane Perusner, and Brady Peterson. The quarterback is Garrett Seversike, and he is out of the shotgun. In motion goes, they give it to the second man through, and that is Tyler Cahill, and he is tackled by, I think that was Grant Garwood. He had that one sniffed out the whole time. Gain of 3.
Similar to last week, they kind of send the guy in motion. I know the Ankeny High had a hard time with that motion back coming there. They kept jumping offside, giving them like a 1st and 5. So need to kind of make sure you watch your lanes and stay in your zone.
All about contain, right? Two receivers come to the near side. Seversike, maybe an open playbook here. They're going to give it to the man, the star from last week, and that is Avery Gates, and he picks up right where he left off for a first down all the way into Jayhawk territory up to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, good tackle by Hoyt there from Urbandale coming up from his corner spot to make the tackle. Turned him inside, but big hole out there on the right-hand side of that offensive line.
And ball will be at the 41-yard line for Centennial. Wearing their home black uniforms tonight, gray pants, silver helmets. In motion was one too many players.
Yeah.
Right, Tim? Did I miss that? Or
Yep, I think they had a guy in motion. Another guy said, I can do that too. So I think they jumped a little bit.
So a legal procedure, the call against the Jaguars. They'll go back 5 yards. And penalties is a thing that really gets onto a coach about things. You know, last week it was Centennial having to burn a couple of early timeouts. They avoided penalties for the most part. I'm sure the coaching staff is going, don't let this be the trend tonight. Seversike now 1st and 15. Looks like the same play. Godwin gets it, running downhill. Wow, puts a shot. That was almost helmet-on-helmet contact right there in the middle of the field. And that was Jackson Rudo. Wow.
Yep, put his head down there and kind of took the pile with him. He had a good game at 5 yards. Wondering if here that last week they didn't throw the ball in the air very much, if Centennial thinking that with the wind at their back, they might want to try and get breathing in the game and kind of see if they can cut him loose and get him involved early.
He's someone that's kind of fun to watch. He is number 80, and he is on the far side of the formation. Look to see what he does on this play. He's staying in for blocking. They complete it on the near sideline. Blake Murphy very close to the first down. Pickup of almost 8.5. It'll be 3rd and 2. So there's your passing situation. Last week, Tim, the Jaguars only threw the ball 7 times on 3 completions for 28 yards. And there was 1 interception for Seversike. So Murphy the first catch. Anything could be your play here almost on 3rd and short. They go Gates. Gates hit right at the line, and he is across the first down marker as he is met by Gabe Hoyt right there at the line of scrimmage, but enough momentum to carry him forward, and that's a Jaguar first down.
A good little off-tackle play there to the left side. You don't need a lot of yards when you have a 3rd and 2. Last week, that was a big thing for Centennial. They had really short yard 3rd down plays. Easier to pick up when it's 3rd and 2 than 3rd and 10.
Well, it's now 1st and 10 for the Jaguars. They go Godwin up the middle, and he is just going to run and run and run and take 3 Jayhawks with him. As 10 and 11, that is Augie Topka and Gabe Hoyt combining for the tackle, but not before 9-yard pickup for the Jags. Now the playbook's wide open. In motion and getting it in stride and still running inside the 10-yard line is Tyler Cahill. And he gained almost 12 yards. Pretty much every play is working for Centennial right now.
Yeah, it's the backside back. So he came from the left side of the formation, came across, got the handoff from the quarterback, goes out to the right side. The backs are crossing across the pattern, picking their time, and picking the hole and doing a good job.
Centennial takes a timeout, and so will we. No score early on here from Ankeny as the Jaguars and Jayhawks do in battle.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, beside Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Godwin takes it off the right side on the run. Gets inside the 5, near the 3. It'll be second and goal. It's fresh legs. It's just one after another after another.
It's like this three-headed rushing attack that comes at you from all different angles, and they all can carry the same way. They all got some decent speed. They do cut the hole and find the open hole.
9th play of the drive. Seversite goes under center. Hands off Godwin right up the gut, and that pile, the scrum gets to the 1. As the sun tries to make its way out now, casting a little bit of shadow, but the problem is raindrops have come with it. Good old Iowa weather, right?
Weather, exactly. I'm going to pretty much bet that they're not going to put the ball in the air.
It's probably a safe bet. Cahill, Godwin, and Gates behind Seversite. They go second one through. And it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Tyler Cahill. I had to make sure, Tim, because they kept running the play even after the fake, and Cahill, he was the first man through. And it's a touchdown for the Jaguars here at the 4:55 mark in the first quarter.
I have my eye on Godwin. You know, usually he's kind of the load in there for that 1 yard that you need, but they fake to him, and yep, good hole, easy touchdown.
The extra point from Avery Knief is good, and Centennial leads 7-0 in this game against Urbandale.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a
The kick from Knief is a touchback into the end zone. It's a 10-play, 58-yard drive ending in a Tyler Cahill 1-yard touchdown run. Jeff Brooks is down on the sideline. They came almost into your living room there. Did you follow the ball the whole time, Jeff?
Yeah, I had that. I could have caught that.
And now you're in rain, dude.
I am. I'm digging out the rain gear. Got the equipment protected, but yeah, no, it's good. Let's see how Urbandale responds here to that last scoring drive by the Jags.
All right, it looked like Centennial pretty much had their way. That's Jeff Brooks on our sideline, and our thanks to Mid-American Energy for helping make this broadcast possible. Urbandale, their second drive of the game, starts at the 20, just like the last one. They go off left side, and that is going to be nowhere to go. Nowhere did Cole Secar find any open field. Coming on the stunt, Scott Daup.
They lost about 3 yards there.
I'm not even sure how he only lost 3.
Daup had a big game last week, and he's really active. Linebacker gets out there. He's in the backfield making that play. Good play from his linebacking spot.
Secar goes into the slot on the top side, now comes in motion. They give it to him on the jet. That's Whaley, and Whaley gets up, gets the lost yardage and a couple more. Gain of about 5 on that play. It'll go up to the 22, but it'll be third down.
The wind's still pretty brisk out of the south, so it's going to be interesting to see if Colby wants to put up in the air, see if they do a hitch route. Maybe a little slant across the middle might be open for him.
Seacar next to Colby. Colby looks to the left. Gonna throw. Clock's ticking. He tucks it. 25, close to the first down. Gonna pend on the spot. Think he's gonna be about a yard short. Daup knocked out Colby just short of the first down. That's good defense.
Yeah, had a little space out there. He got flushed. He avoided an ankle tackle in the backfield. Rolled out to his right, took it downfield. Looks like they might want to go for it here on a 4th and 1.
It's kind of what they're doing right now. Secor next to Colby, and now they look back to the sideline on 4th down, see if they actually run it. Play clock at 7. And I think Urbandale's just going to milk it, call timeout, just to draw off Centennial. We'll step away for a quick 30 here. 7-0 Jaguars in the lead.
High-quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-V Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender, and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-V Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
So Urbandale had it 4th and 1 and decided to take a timeout after trying to draw off Centennial, but that defense too well coached, and they stayed home on the hard snap count. 3:33 to play. Centennial leads on their first series of the game, drove it 58 yards for a score. And Jeff Brooks, just as soon as the rain starts, the rain stops.
Yeah, I'll leave this jacket on all night if it'll stop. But no, it's good down here. It's a great football night.
A little better than last Friday?
Yeah, I see a rainbow, so that's always good.
There's always rainbows in your world. Jeff Brooks down on the sideline tonight. Still, Urbandale's going to go for it on 4th down. Under center goes Colby. They got to get across the 30. Quarterback sneak up the middle, and 2nd and 3rd effort's going to get it. Colby's going to get, he needed 1. I think he got almost 2.5. That's a big conversion.
Yeah, good job, by the interior of that offensive line, Killahar, Page, Breeze, that Urbandale offense, that center guard combination, just kind of, that's what the big boys get out there, just kind of push ahead. All he needed was a yard. He picked up 2, got a first down, keep the drive alive.
And that is so very important on a game when you're on the road and already down 7-0. Colby gives it to Whaley. Whaley's trying to get to the outside. The lanes just evaporated. That was good lane defense. Looks like Daup might be one of the spies on Whaley. He's been everywhere Whaley's been.
Yeah, Niels is in there too. The linebackers are getting in the backfield. If they're making contact, they're doing it 2 yards deep in the backfield. It's awful hard to find your lane and cut up. But Whaley does get out there quickly. I think he's looking for a lane. If he could pop it outside and get upfield quickly, he's going to be a tough one to catch.
Ball is at the Urbandale 30-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play. So the Jayhawks in those road white uniforms, trimmed with red, the numbers in blue. Whaley goes out to the left. Colby flushed, and he'll get away from 1, but not 2. You're not going to be surprised. Scott Daup was in there. So was Kyle Gustafson. But also making that first play was Ethan Frazier. He was in that play as well.
I thought he was going to get away from it, but the last thing you to do is have your quarterback scrambling, throw it across the middle. That's where the pick and pick sixes come from. But good defensive effort. Linebackers are really active. That's very typical of a Centennial defense. Doing a good job making a 3rd and long into the wind for Urbandale.
3rd and 16. Ball at the 26. Jayhawks have got to get to the 42. Passing situation. Colby rolls out. Far sideline throws. Almost intercepted. intended receiver was Lucas Strain. He would have been well short of the first down, would have at least helped the field possession game. But now we'll have to sort out a penalty, and it's a hold against the Jayhawks, and I'm guessing Centennial will decline it. Our referee tonight, Scott Zolny, and he indicates it's declined, and now going back to return the punt will be Avery Gates. He'll go back to his own 40 with 1:28 to play here in the first quarter. So the drive for now stalls out on 7 plays. 1 4th down conversion. And another chance to punt and another chance to return. This one's a high, short kick. Bounces at the 50, takes a Urbandale bounce first, and then recovered at the 45-yard line, downed by Ty Cowley. And the Jaguars will have it at the 45-yard line. So Jeff Brooks on the sideline. Jeff, anything you saw in that offense? Big fourth down conversion.
Yeah, no, I was right. The Jags bench on that one. The offensive lines are going to take a key on both sides for this, just that push up front.
All right, Jeff on the sideline tonight. 1st and 10. In motion goes Cahill. He gets around the right side, makes one guy miss, and I don't know how you make a big defensive tackle miss, but that's what Cahill did somehow.
Petria was in there, defensive in for defensive tackle for Urbandale. Got in the backfield, kind of got his mitts around him, almost slipped out of the tackle, but got him in the backfield only for a 3-yard gain.
So Jags will have it now. Under 45 seconds to go here in the quick-moving first quarter. Seversyke gonna pass, sets his feet, throws, incomplete, in and out of the hands. Zachary Mills was there, would have been close to a first down, but I think he had a lot of turf in front of him. Incomplete, it'll be 3rd down.
Yep, he was open. I think he kind of took his eyes off because he was wide open. He would have been, he might still be running if he would have caught that clean. Kind of hard to do. Those easy ones are probably the harder ones to catch.
Coming up at halftime, we'll be talking girls soccer. Chris Allen will join us at halftime. We'll also talk with Dan Holm of the Ankeny Fanatic, which is one of the places you can watch the game tonight. Cahill in motion, and he gets the ball around right tackle, trying to cut it up, and he's got the first down, still running inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Tackle made finally by the Jayhawks and Jay Marcotte.
Flag on the play. Looks like it could be, I don't know if it got someone blocking the back, or it could be he kind of went down awkward. It might be a face mask penalty, so we'll wait to see.
It's a horse collar, personal foul, so you can't grab him by that. The way everybody's going to call in the stadium is a horse collar. I think it has a more elegant name than that, but on a big play like that, add 15 more yards, and all of a sudden Centennial is on the door knocking. They are at the 23-yard line now after the penalty. So now the 4th play of the drive will be from the 23. Seversyke again. This time only one receiver behind him. This time they go Godwin, and then second man through is Avery Gates, and Gates is into the secondary. It's going to take 3 Jayhawks to bring him down. So he gets inside the red zone, inside the 10 then, before Marcotte can bring him down.
Yeah, all 3 running backs, they don't run to the sidelines. They take that ball and they cut it upfield, do a nice job picking them up.
And that'll end the first quarter with Centennial leading Urbandale 7-0. This is high school football on CISN.TV.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. It's August and time for our early end of season sale. Groups that we have too many of are marked way down, like this Sun Villa group, $1,000 off to $32.99. Or this North Cape Avant group, sofa or sectional, 20% off. Or this great Lloyd Flanders Charleston group, $1,000 off to $32.99. The best weather for outdoor furniture is still ahead of us, and we still have Iowa's largest selection.
I wanna know, would you be my girl? Thank you to the Centennial Band for the bump music back in here on CISN.TV. Singing is not included in the cost of admission. First and goal for the Jaguars. All the way through Godwin, not even a Jayhawk touches him. The Jaguars are in the end zone to start the second quarter on that touchdown run. So on the fifth play of the drive, it ends in another score for Centennial. And Godwin was hard to stop last week, and I think he's picking right up where he left off.
It kind of cut between the tackle and the guard. That was a nice hole there. Yeah, he wasn't touched till he hit the goal line.
Knief's extra point is up and good. 14-0 Jags. This is CISN.TV.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
Many times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big, beautiful homes. They find our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites to be an ideal fit. We have a limited number of these larger and penthouse-style suites, perfect for the retiring executive style living. We have suites ready for immediate move-in, or we can help you customize. The Lodge of Ashworth is all-inclusive, no surprise additional fees or upcharges. Call us today for a private tour and ask us about our flexible pricing plans.
The kick is a shorter than average kick. Whaley takes it up to about the 23-yard line. Jaguars lead the Jayhawks 14-0, and down on our sideline is Jeff Brooks, who has been trying to stay dry and stay in the game and stay in tune. That was a good drive there, Jeff.
Yeah, really, you could see the Centennial offensive line really take control, and they just capitalized that time.
Hey, look behind your shoulder. Is it, what's the weather look like behind you?
It's good.
All right, I'd love to hear that. We're here in the second quarter, 11:49 to go. Urbandale, the play action, the quarterback fake by Colby for the pass, and then he takes it up to about the 25-yard line. He'll gain 2 on that. Got to get him in the mix somehow, Tim.
Yes, I think that was a called running play there. It just kind of didn't formulate. He's kind of dancing around too much, so it's kind of hard to rush against that interior line. He's got the athletic ability. You think they want to kind of get him outside, get him in space a little bit, so he can have that more of that pass running option as an athletic quarterback.
Colby will now go under center as they give it a little bit of a different look. And they go almost to the triple option. That's exactly what they're running. Colby's going to continue to get it, and he dives forward. Making one of the stops was Tyler Rogers, got his shoe. And Colby's going to now make a manageable 3rd and short up to about the 32-yard line. So playbook's a little bigger when you can get up in that zone.
Yeah, nice fake inside to the running back. Got outside there, faked the pitch, cut it up, spin move. He's got some good moves for a quarterback. I think we're going to see him rushing the ball. He was one of the leading rushers last weekend against Johnston.
Colby back under center. They go dive up the middle, and it's still running, and a first down as Cole Secor gets the ball up to the 40-yard line, and so the Urbandale Jayhawks get their second first down of the game here, and it comes with 10.5 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice run up the middle. I thought they'd probably go outside there with a 3rd and 2, but shows they have confidence to take the ball right at that Centennial defense.
4th play of the drive is a 1st and 10 and not a punt for Urbandale. They'll take progress where they can get it. Whaley, halfback pass. It evaporates in the blink of an eye. Guess who was there, Tim? Scott Daup. That guy's everywhere.
He is.
6 foot, 190-pound senior. He had 4.5 tackles last week. He's got 4.5 tackles, I think, already in this game.
At least. Yeah, Whaley was going out there, rolling out to his right, and kind of held the ball like he was going to pass it. There was no way he was going to get the ball off. You think, I better start running it, but way too many Centennial defenders out there to kind of pinch him in. Drop him for a 5-yard loss.
It'll be 2nd and 15. Ball at the 35-yard line. Back to the shotgun go the Jayhawks. This time Colby calls his own number. He cannot get past Rogers, and coming up for assistance is Corey Prongi. Coach thought Prongi played pretty well last week. He was confident. He liked what Lucas Pieper did. Lane Perusner really kind of talked about this week, Tim, just how much of a they just really kept Ankeny off the field, and it was because of their good defense.
Yeah, they're tough to run back. Their linebackers, they're 3 or 4 linemen, kind of eat up a lot of blocks, leaving their linebackers free to make the plays.
Colby in the gun, passing situation, throws short, intended for Alex Economos. If he would have caught it, he would have had a defender, Corey Prongi, in his back pocket, so it'll be back to a punting situation for the Jayhawks here. 8:48, clock stopped on the incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's a tough pass from the far hash to this sideline. It's going to cover about 40-some yards with the wind. Kind of knocked it down, dropped about a yard short, so he would have shortened up those routes.
The kick is a nice one. It's going to take a Jayhawk bounce, going to go inside the 20 and roll back dead about the 15. Avery Gates says, no thanks, I'm out. So this will be the worst starting position the Jaguars have had, and Jeff Brooks is down on that sideline. So last week, Jeff, Centennial stays on the field, 57 offensive plays. They're on the field a lot again tonight, too.
Yeah, once again, I'm going to attribute that to their line. They are stopping everything, and the linebackers, and taking care of business. I will say, though, looking at the flag, it's gone. The wind is there is no wind down here right now.
We have clearing skies, another chance of rain later tonight. I don't know if the folks east of us, Seaver Sykes' first pass is nearly intercepted, but making the pop right there is, catching it is Dylan D'Angelo on that quick screen pass, and that was eaten up right away. Urbandale sniffed that one out.
Looked like White was out there, lost 4 yards on the pass play. Kind of stiffened out. They like to use the running backs on their pass plays. It was open a lot last weekend. They did it once earlier today to Murphy. So I think now they're kind of picking it up, kind of daring him to pass the ball downfield.
2nd and long, something Centennial has not been much of this contest. Snap of the ball as the handoff goes Godwin through the middle, and that kind of closed a little bit. A couple of those big guys for Urbandale got their hands in there. Max Carver and also number 60 is not on my one roster. It's Sam Petrillo.
Yep, backup offensive lineman came in there, did a nice job. He's kind of coming in playing a tackle, playing left defensive tackle. They kind of closed the lanes. I didn't get blown out. That's a big offensive line for Centennial, but they kind of held their ground and kept the lanes pinched down where they can make the play.
Pickup of a couple. It'll be 3rd down. And Centennial takes a timeout. So will we. Jaguars lead the Jayhawks 14-0. This is CISN.TV.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Jaguars come back out on the field facing 3rd and 11. Tim Halber, Paul Yeager, Jeff Brooks at Ankeny Stadium tonight on CISN.TV. And I know our folks in the Valley Dowling stream, they had to evacuate the stadium about an hour ago because of lightning. And they should be getting ready to kick that one off. And glad you're here for that. Put us up in a couple of screens. You can watch 2 games at once. We're glad you've picked us. Centennial in black, Urbandale in white. 3rd down. Godwin had it and then didn't get it, and then getting it is Tyler Cahill, who is way short of the first down. So now it looks like Urbandale has made some adjustments, Tim.
Yeah, Garwood was on that, lined up on the left side there against the tight end against the Breeding, and then he kind of pinched it down, and then he kind of got into that mess in there. There's no place to go for Cahill on the run, so kind of surprised they ran at him this time. Good defensive effort by Urbandale.
For the first time tonight, Centennial is going to punt, and that's Knief inside the 5. Back for Urbandale is Lucas Strain, and it bounces, and good athletic effort there by Nathan Renke to stop the ball, and Urbandale will have their best starting field position. They are on the Centennial side of the field at the 42-yard line, which is right in front. Well, at least it was at one time by Jeff Brooks, but he's moved down there. So now, all of a sudden, a little bit of the offensive line couldn't really move Urbandale around, Jeff.
Yeah, it's we got a short field here, so we'll see how Urbandale responds. If they can get one in here, it's going to be a ball game again.
In motion go the Jayhawks. They go Whaley, who escapes the first tackle, trying to get to the outside. Just cannot find a big seam, but finally at the last moment dives forward, jolts forward 7 yards, almost 8. He gets inside the 35-yard line up to the 33. Great play by Whaley on first down.
Yeah, picked up 8 yards there. He broke 2 or 3 tackles. I thought he was going to be stopped maybe with no gain, but he's a quick, shifty runner, and he's got some great afterburners. So I expect him. We might see him pop one here before the game's over.
Well, they've been trying to keep Daup on him, and that time couldn't quite keep the spy in charge. Before the play, we have a whistle, and it's a delay of game. It'll be on Urbandale, and that's one thing Coach well, I call him Coach Colby because the quarterback really is your on-field coach. He was trying to hustle his team as soon as that play was done, and it just didn't quite work. So now what was a wide-open play at 2nd and 1 will be a little different at 2nd and 6 on the 5-yard procedure.
Looked like he was coming out. Looked like he wanted to get a pass play. They might do the same play again. You know, they kind of go up there, set, read the defense. I think it took a bit longer. He looked at the clock and found out that it was winding down pretty fast.
Rolling out, throwing back across the other way, trying to get to Whaley. The screen, it is, but then tripped up. Tyler Rogers. If it's not Daup, It's Rogers. That screen the other way was there for a moment.
It took a long time to set up because Colby rolled out to his left, tried to throw back right. Rogers came in there as a safety spying on Whaley, came up there, really kind of got on him quickly, kept it to a minimal game because I think there would have been blockers out in front of him. So Rogers kind of cut through the chafe and got into there and kept it to a minimal gain. So keeping it at a 3rd down play.
3rd down, 4 to go for the Jayhawks. Under center, Colby pitches it to Whaley. He's at the 40, 35. Close, so close. It's going to depend on that spot. If you ask Urbandale, it's a 1st down. And also, if you look at the far official, it's going to be a 1st down.
Didn't John Madden call this right foot mark, left foot mark, which one goes down, that it's a 1st down or just short?
It is going to be a run. Boom!
Yeah.
I need more booms out of you, Tim. I need a little more of that.
Have to get in the 1st down.
Jayhawks do convert. It'll be 1st down. So they've been able to pick up a couple of 1st downs, feeling a little bit more confidence here as the half winds down. Coming up, we'll talk to the coaches. Whaley on the run pass option. Daup gets one hand on him. Whaley shakes one tackler. Can't shake it in time before Gustafson gets up there.
I think Daup's wondering if this guy is, if Whaley is kind of greased up, because he went up there, had him in his hand, slipped right off. He's got some strong legs. He ended up cutting it, making it only like a 1-yard loss, but he had him 4 or 5 yards deep in the backfield. Just couldn't quite trip him up to take him down. So I think you're right. I think Daup's kind of scouting him when he takes off on that formation.
Second down, 11 to go, 4:13 to play in the half. Colby's got a couple of teammates next to him. He's going to roll away, use those guys as blockers. Runs up, and then somehow Perusner shifted off his offensive lineman, threw him to the side, and took Colby down. Colby got to about the line of scrimmage and added a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Kind of long for a field goal, even if you had the wind at your back.
Yeah, I think, I don't know how good the kicker is. You still want to get inside that 25-yard line before you try the field goal. So they might be in a short enough field. This might be 2-down territory for him, even though it's 3rd and 10.
Because one of the things that does is it keeps Centennial off the field a little bit longer. Colby going to tuck it and run, and he is just twisted like a pretzel at the line of scrimmage. One guy had him low, and that is Gustafson. And I think who got him high was Jaden Cooper.
He's going to feel that one tomorrow. That was
absolutely. And I think you're right, Tim. 2 downs. They're going to take 2 plays here, I think. 2:53 to play in the quarter. Centennial of Ankeny leads 14-0 over the Jayhawks of Urbandale. Colby throws downfield, intercepted, picked off, and a lot of field is Corey Prongi. He's got nothing but turf in front of him. One man to beat, 5. Penalty at the 1. Making a touchdown-saving tackle is Cole Secor. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, half the distance. It'll be at the 1-inch line.
That's one that horse collar tackle. As Secor came across the field trying to make a tackle, I think he just kind of grabbed what he could, caught the jersey, and pulled him down. But, yeah, it'll be at the 1-yard line and go to the half-yard line. But, yeah, he kind of threw that in a double coverage. It was kind of like an over-under. He had a safety on the top. Corner came underneath. Prongi kind of cut underneath it, took it back to the house.
Prongi ran that thing like 77 yards. He ran out of gas, I think, at the 5.
I think he picked it off right around the 15, 17-yard line.
Yeah. So now, what was a good situation for Urbandale is a lot more challenging. Seversite calls his own number, gets a little help from his friends, and finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown! Garrett Seversite calls his own number. 1 play, 1 yard, and a 20-0 lead for Centennial. They make it look easy, but that's all on the interception from Corey Prongi.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes to go, being down on the 25-yard line. What a change of events for Urbandale.
Here they're thinking we could maybe cut the distance, keep Centennial away from scoring one more time before half. Knief lined up to kick it. The hold of the kick is up, and good. Centennial leads 21-0 on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Centennial makes it look easy. They lead 21-0 over Urbandale. Urbandale's best drive ends in a 75-yard interception. The other way in a 1-yard touchdown. Whaley takes the ball at the 5. He's at the 10, 15. He had a seam for almost. He was going to keep running, gets up to the 25-yard line, return of 20. Jeff Brooks is on the sideline, and Jeff, huge swing of emotion and momentum right there.
Yeah, that turned the game from Urbandale really being back in it legitimately to now they're in scramble mode and hope they get something here before half. So we'll see what happens here.
So Seversike, the 1-yard touchdown run, makes it look easy. So now the thing is, Urbandale's offense is back on the field, just the possession is completely flipped now. 2:14 to play before half. Urbandale a little more sense of urgency now, trying to find some points and momentum. Whaley, he's got a blocker, but the problem is there were 3 black shirts before he could even get back to the line of scrimmage. One of the guys making the tackle is Desmond Vaughn.
They might want to go back at Prongy. I think he might still be winded after that 70-yard interception return. New quarterback out there, number 3 for Centennial. Murphy's out there on the outside.
So maybe Prongy did need a little bit of a breather. Yeah, I don't. No, he's on the far sideline. You're right. Pass is up there, and it's caught and fumbled, and that's going to be recovered by Centennial. Picking it up is Jackson Huber. Alex Economos had it for a yard, and then he fumbled it backwards about 5. And now with 91 seconds before half, Tim, Centennial can add to this lead.
Yeah, Bullwinkle was out there on the outside, made a good hit because that was a 10-yard reception, probably 11-yard reception. Ball squirts out, lands just like their snake bit tonight. So unfortunate turnover with only a minute and a half left to go in this first half.
Recover by Huber. So now Centennial can really make this halftime a lot different for them. They go left side with I always got to make sure he's got the ball. It was Avery Gates. That's where most of the defenders were going. I don't think the crowd knew where the ball was. That's the fun of this offense from the Pizzettis. Minute 13, clock moving now. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Coming up at halftime, we're going to talk girls soccer. We'll also talk with Dan Holm from Ankeny Fanatic. Dan's been busy this week. We'll find out what he's been doing. I don't know if you've subscribed to the Ankeny Fanatic podcast. Comes your way, always entertaining. Godwin gets it. He's not running straight down. He's trying to run to the outside, and making the tackle is Grant Garwood. Tell you what, Godwin's a little different when he's not running straight ahead. He doesn't quite have that shifty move.
No, that was a 5-yard loss. Garwood's a good player. He gets off his block quickly, gets in the backfield. Wasn't going to get out of his grasp, so that was a good, basically about a 6-yard loss.
So now Urbandale does not take a timeout. They have 2 in their pocket. They're going to let the clock roll. There's going to be about 5 seconds on the clock once Centennial gets to the line of scrimmage. And Centennial might just run this thing down as we approach 10 seconds left before halftime. Coming up, Jeff Brooks will try to walk with Coach Jerry Pizzetti to the locker room. And Centennial takes a break, so will we. The final 7.4 when we come back.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Jaguars lead 21-0. Tim, does the game feel like 21-0?
Yes, it does. It looks like they've been dominating this game. They've kind of been playing on their side of the field quite a bit. I'm curious to see what they're going to do now. They're going to try to go for the end zone. You got 7.4 seconds. Maybe try to get a receiver into this, but it looks like they got their double tight end set in.
Still in the shotgun, so it doesn't look like a victory formation. Gonna try one more time. They go Cahill on the second man through. He'll be short, and that will end the first half. Centennial leads 21-0. Jeff Brooks is making his way to Coach Jerry Pizzetti, his team in control of this contest. There's Jeff. He's in all black. Looks like he's on the team. As he tries to make his way, Jeff Brooks is down on the sideline.
We'll keep walking with you as you go. So the first quarter looked like your offensive line really took control of things. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was a great job. I think the first 2 times we had the ball, we moved it very consistently. And to end the half there, that was our worst series of the night. So we're going to have to get that straightened out and go after them again.
So a couple of quick defensive turnovers there that changed the momentum. What can you tell me about that?
That's a great advantage, you know, to get the ball back, because Urbandale was moving the ball. They're a very well-coached team, and they got some very good young men, so we have to keep moving the ball and scoring.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right, that's head coach Jerry Pizzetti, the co-head coach with his son Ryan. That's our Jeff Brooks, who's getting in his steps as he tries to chase down Coach. We are going to take a quick timeout. We're going to talk soccer and other sports going on around town tonight. Our halftime show just getting started. Centennial of Ankeny leads 21-0. This is high school football on CISN.TV.
Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We believe the reason is our core values. Hard work, we work hard for you. Integrity, it's not optional, it's required. We build trusting relationships and don't run when the problems arise. We're always improving the customer experience. It's been the Schottenkirk way for over 50 years. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Waukee, and the all-new Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola.
Your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all. Everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
All right, back at halftime, Paul Yeager along with Chris Allen and Kenzie Longstrat, and we are with champions, I guess we should say things. I mean, congratulations, Coach. State champions in soccer just not that long ago, and the season goes quickly, and so does the off season. So how do you, tell me about that run. I mean, you had a lot of great players.
Absolutely. Kenzie's one of our new seniors, but we just graduated quite a few excellent seniors that really provided leadership and helped develop a positive culture that took us through that championship.
You got girls that are now playing Division I. They're playing on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, and they've played a lot of soccer. Tell me through some of those girls that graduated.
So we have Meg Gray, who came out this year. She's up at Minnesota. She's already making an impact. Had a goal in an overtime
That's
game.
right. Like her first goal in quite some time, too, right?
Yeah. Well, up there, she's making a difference. Yeah,
Yeah.
she scored quite a bit for us. We have Tori Euban at Drake. I believe they have a game tonight. At Nebraska, we have Olivia Brown playing. Kenzie Geiger's up in Augustana. Our goalkeeper Naomi Lopez is out at Tiffin. And then we have another one at Wartburg, Marissa Lopez, her sister.
It's a great place for her to be. All right, so Kenzie, as a senior now, but as a junior last year, what was it like to play with all those great players?
Well, I've been playing with them since my freshman year, so I just formed a lot of close friendships with them over the years. So it was kind of sad seeing some of my best friends go, but it was really good to play with them one last season and get that state championship.
So now you're the one in charge in the off season. So what are you doing here in the off season?
A lot of lifting, and then in the winter we start open gyms and morning conditioning and just stuff like that, just getting us ready for the season.
Are you one of those girls that played rush, or are you always just a schoolgirl?
Yeah, I played rush up until my freshman year when then I just stuck with school.
All right, so now playing for this guy, what's that like? He's going to make you run if he doesn't like the answer. You know that, right? This is a trick question.
Yeah, I really like playing for Coach Allen. He gets a lot out of us, and he always pushes us. So
Soccer's an emotional sport. It's one that you really feel passionate about when you're out playing. When you're playing here or maybe at the county complex at the state tournament, what's that like?
You know, it's a lot of adrenaline. For me personally, I get really nervous before games, and I just kind of have to like get all of it out the first time I get on the field, and then I'm fine.
All right, you got to tell me some of the other players that you have. I'm going to make you name names and some of these teammates that you're going to have coming up in the spring.
Lizzie Johnson and Olivia Wee are seniors with me, and then Jillian Athang, Lexi Gutneck, more seniors.
Allie Wyckoff.
Allie Wyckoff.
See, that's always a trick thing when you can name them all, but then all of a sudden I ask you to name things. So, Chris, you do have all that great talent that went, but you got great talent coming in. It's about a youth program in this town. I mean, everybody plays soccer. You can't find a patch where somebody's not playing.
Yeah, that's the truth. I was just out at the Prairie Ridge complex the other night with my kid who's coming through the programs as well, and it's super busy all the time. So, for us, we can't live in the past of last year's team. We take what was positive from that, and we continue to build, and that's what those graduating players would want us to do anyways. They want us to continue the legacy, but make it our own.
And they want to come back and they want to see it. Last year you can see them play. You played a lot of games. You played into June. I'm guessing you want to do that again this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we talk about is one more day towards the end of the season, and just having one more day together. That's the goal, the process of working to the point that we can practice another night, play another game.
All right, Kenzie, tell me a little bit about you. What are your plans? Do you think you know what you want to do post high school?
I'm actually going to Grandview to play soccer next fall.
What are you going to study?
Elementary education.
So you want to be a teacher, coach, or what?
I want to be a teacher.
So elementary grades, do you have kindergarten, first, fifth? What do you think?
I think I want to teach kindergarten or first grade.
Kindergarten and first grade. That's brave. Isn't that brave of her to do that?
Yep, I'm at the high school level. I wouldn't touch that.
Do you have any other family that's around you?
Yeah, I live with my mom and my dad and my sisters. My oldest younger sister is actually a sophomore in the program as well.
Okay. So fun to be on the same squad with her.
Yeah. She was on the JV squad this past year, but I'm hoping she'll make the jump.
All right, till varsity. Sorry, I get so excited. I get so excited. So have you noticed Kenzie's in a jersey, and she's also, you can't quite see can you lift up your knee? See the camera right there? I'm gonna pull. We'll see, we can barely see it. We're making her stretch. She's got the camel pants on. Tell me what it's like to be a senior and you finally get to wear the pants.
Well, for starters, I can actually see because I'm pretty short. It's kind of hard to see over people. It's a whole nother experience being in the front row and stuff. It's fun.
Easy to cheer on a night where it's 21-0.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Kenzie Longstrat, thank you so much. Chris Allen, thank you both.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for covering our games. Really appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much, Kenzie.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to come back. Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. When we come back, you're watching football on CISN.TV. 21-0. Jaguars in the lead. Back after this.
For the Seal, it's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa. Why do I...
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future.
High-quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-V Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-V Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
I like having Dan Holm around because I feel taller about myself. It's just it's tall by association. Dan, what's going on tonight?
Hey, not too much. It's another Friday night. You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. So you're back here tonight. You got a couple of these games. You're still trying to figure out when you got to cover two teams. So you've seen Centennial now second time. We've been talking in our broadcast at least. Offensive line really kind of pushing their way around early on.
Oh yeah, it's just what you'd expect. You know what you're gonna get with Centennial. They're gonna pound the ball at you, run it down your throat, and wear you down. And their defense, boy, what can you say about their defense?
How many times have you seen a momentum switch like that where you get a tipped ball or an INT and all of a sudden what Urbandale thought would maybe be 14-7, 14-3 is now 21-0?
Oh, that was huge. Yeah, I mean that was the play of the game right there. It's 21-0 now, and the Centennial defense hasn't given up a point yet this year. You just wonder how long they can keep it up.
Well, Urbandale's trying to find the scoreboard. They scored 14 last week against a good Johnston team. Tonight, Ankeny's playing that same Johnston team tonight. So we'll have Ankeny next week against Cedar Falls. That's too far away to look, but you were busy this week. What'd you do?
It was a little bit of everything. Had some volleyball on Tuesday night. I told you last week that I thought the Centennial girls might go undefeated this year. Well, then they lost the next day, so that didn't last too long.
That was a tough tournament.
It was. But then they bounced back on Tuesday. They played a nationally ranked team from Omaha, Scott Catholic, and they swept them in 3. So I think they found themselves.
Do you know how that game came about, how they got those two schools together?
I think they've just played them before, like in maybe some club tournaments or something, and they know some people over there, and they just decide, hey, it'd be a good match to have, and they just thought it'd be a good competitive match to have.
All right, so you've got that, and then cross country is always running. I know there was a meet last night, and usually it's just nonstop.
Right, yeah, there was a meet up at Ames. The Centennial boy, Gabe Vicker, won the race for the Jaguars. Ankeny's great runner, Tim Sint, didn't run last night. He sometimes takes a meet off just to train. So Gabe was kind of disappointed he didn't get a run against him, but he got a win that way. So.
I heard Tim on the Ankeny Fanatic podcast. You missed it because you were sick last week, but I did get a chance to hear it. What's that podcast all about?
Oh, we do one every week. We really enjoy it. This week we had Dave Bingham on talk about his Dome Dynasty projects. And then we also had a gal that I went to high school with. She's a lead singer in a local band, so that was kind of fun to talk to her. So we're really enjoying that.
There was a picture of her where she's sitting there playing an instrument. You had her playing on the podcast?
Yeah, she actually sang a song for us. Yeah, she was really cool. I wish I was as talented as her because she's really talented.
All right, you get Dave Bingham on with the Dome Dynasty. Let's talk about the Dome Dynasty project first, and then my smart remark later.
Yeah. Well, he's really excited about it. Of course, this year they're focusing on Ankeny and Centennial, and they're going to have a lot of material there. There's just so much tradition, of course, with the two Ankeny schools now that I'm sure it'll end up being a great project.
And he's a guy, if you're not familiar, is the coach of the Ankeny Hawks softball team. He's had a couple of daughters go through the program, so then he's been around for a while on the sidelines shooting a lot of video.
Oh, yeah, he's great at shooting video. He's pretty proud of what he can do, and I've seen a lot of their stuff, and they do a nice job.
So what do you got? You got anything tomorrow?
No, actually tomorrow I'm going to head up to the Iowa State game. Next week, though, I want to give a plug to our podcast. We're going to do kind of a special one with Andy Brodell and Cole Netton, kind of look back at their careers and the moments that they had in the Cy-Hawk game, and then look ahead to the game next weekend, kind of get their thoughts on what they expect.
Hard to believe that'll be here before we know it. I mean, football tomorrow in the college level, and then we got Cy-Hawk next week.
Oh, yeah, but it's great, isn't it?
It's a town divided, too. I see those plates everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You see them all over.
So you're going to Ames tomorrow, so prediction, are both teams going to be 1-0 going into next week?
I think so. I think both games could be closer than a lot of people will think, but I expect them both to win.
And what do you expect in the second half? If you're making adjustments in Urbandale, what are you doing?
Well, I'm not sure what they can do, Against that Centennial defense, I just don't know how, they can put up many points, and I'm sure Centennial will just keep pounding the ball and wearing them out, and I think it'll be more of the same.
All right, we'll let you sit down for all of 1 minute, and we'll go down to the sideline in just a moment. But Dan Holm from Ankeny Fanatic, thank you.
All right, good to see you, Paul.
Good to see you, Dan. That's Dan Holm. Everybody, go listen to the podcast. Go to the website. Check out this man's hard work. 21-0 Jaguars lead when we come back the second half. This is CISN.TV.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, I'm Chris with Fireplace Superstore. It's August and time for our early end of season sale. Groups that we have too many of are marked way down, like this Sun Villa group, $1,000 off to $32.99. Or this North Cape Avant group, sofa or sectional, 20% off. Or this great Lloyd Flanders Charleston group, $1,000 off to $32.99. The best weather for outdoor furniture is still ahead of us, and we still have Iowa's largest selection.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
Times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big, beautiful homes. They find our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites to be an ideal fit. We have a limited number of these larger and penthouse-style suites, perfect for the retiring executive style living. We have suites ready for immediate move-in, or we can help you customize. The Lodge of Ashworth is all-inclusive, no surprise additional fees or upcharges. Call us today for a private tour and ask us about our flexible pricing plans. Many times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big...
21-0 Centennial leads. Jeff Brooks is down on the far sideline. I see him talking with head coach Sam Anderson, and his Jayhawks are down. Jeff has his microphone, and he has Coach Anderson. Jeff?
Yeah, hey, I'm here with Coach Anderson coming out of halftime, just chatting with him a little bit. Hey, Coach, tell me some things that went right for you guys that half.
Well, I think some things went right is that we were able to establish some things on the ground game and maybe kind of start sustaining some drives.
So going forward in the second half, what did you talk to your kids about at halftime to keep on competing how they do usually?
Yeah, well, play hard. You know, that's you practice hard, so you're going to come out and play hard for 4 quarters. We talked to them about, you know, the game's starting to slow down a little for them on defense. What they do creates a lot of havoc and trouble for you defensively. And offensively said it's only a few small mistakes that have put us in a bad situation. So, you know, rebound, build on that, and 2 more quarters to play and make plays.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Good luck in the second half, and good luck going to districts.
All right, that's head coach Sam Anderson and Jeff Brooks on our sideline. Jeff, nice job there. Tim, had a chance to collect your thoughts and maybe do some math. What did you come up with over there?
These are very unofficial stats. I'm looking at Centennial. We got Gates out there. Not as big a game as last week, only has 4 carries. But Cahill's coming in, 8 carries for 40 yards and a touchdown. Godwin has a touchdown, and of course Severside has that 1 yard touchdown run. It's nice when your defense comes around and gives you the ball at the 1 yard line. Urbandale, Colby's 3 of 6 passing, but he has that 1 big pick, and it seems to be that when he drops back, he's kind of having a hard time hitting that sideline route because you're throwing across the field, because instead of going downfield, it has in the air too long. That Centennial defense can react to it. I agree with the coach. I think they had some momentum in there. Whaley, I have him for 8 carries, but only for 9 yards. He had some big losses in there. So trying to get him outside, I think they might try to even pass the ball to him. I don't think he's going to pass the ball himself, but I think they kind of they could isolate him, use their speed against their defensive backs, kind of get some quick hits there. I think they had some momentum. Their defense played well. I mean, their defense kind of kept them in the ball game there. They may have to open up that spread to kind of take some more chances, take some more risks to get back in this ball game down 21-0.
Well, and they try to get Whaley in the ball either in a screen or in a bubble or on the jet. I mean, they've tried different things to get him the ball. It's just hard when you've got a spy on him like they do.
Yeah, that's a great, and they're using different guys. You know, Dupe obviously is in there, but I've seen Rogers in there. I think he's over the safety. He's kind of spying in the backfield, kind of seeing. They're going to keep track of him the whole game.
All right, Mid-American Energy is bringing you the second half and our games for this season on CISN.TV. I am Paul Yeager. You just heard the voice of Tim Halber. Jeff Brooks is down on our sideline. And Jimmy and Jennifer making sure you're seeing the images and everything else tonight. So thank you for that. And see, with Jennifer not having headphones last week, Jimmy, she didn't know how often we mentioned her. We talked about her a lot last week. So now she's like, I don't want to be in with you guys next week. So, hey, a couple of other scores going on. The one that got the biggest gasp, Valley leads Dowling 14-0. That game over at Drake Stadium and also on CISN.TV. 14-7 Waukee over Southeast Polk. Dar Danielson has that call over at Polk. Seversyke, first play from scrimmage is about the – might as well not even a snap that one. No gain on that play. And – we'll try to track down that Ankeny score. They are playing Johnson. It's right now here, Centennial 21, Urbandale 0. And actually, Tim, the thing is, Urbandale has been pretty stout on their defense the last couple of series against Centennial.
Yeah, they had to stop them on a 3 and out and get the ball back. They had the ball at the Centennial 40-yard line for a drive there, and that was only a 14-0 big game.
Jaguars send Gates in motion. They go second man through, and that is going to be Cahill. And he's going to have a much better sledding go of it. He'll gain about, they're going to gain 5 on that play. So it'll be 3rd and short. Ankeny down to Johnston, 14-9. Against a good Johnston team. Bauer to Falk covers 42 yards. So change in quarterback, it looks, if I believe Twitter, from the Ankeny Hawks feed, that Gibson out. Don't know why, but Bauer in at quarterback. We'll know next week. Around right side goes Cahill. He's still on his feet and then escorted out of bounds by the man wearing number 21, and that's Brandon Roberts. Couple of extra whistles right there in front of the Centennial bench. Gain of about 7 up to the 35. Personal foul face mask against Urbandale. And Jeff Brooks on the sideline, I forgot to ask you about the weather conditions. I know you said it was windy, then calm. What's it doing now?
Yeah, so the wind's picked up a little bit. Nothing like when the game started, but there's a little bit of wind down here.
Okay. Cloud, precipitation, anything like that you see?
No rain. I think we're good with rain. Looking over out west, I see stars. So we're good.
Meteorologist Jeff Brooks on the sideline. Thanks, bud. Always expect everybody to be the weather guy. 10:33, 21-0. Jaguars in control and with the football. Seversyke throws. He gets it on the left side to Blake Murphy, and Murphy gets about 7 yards before he is tackled by Hayden Fredrickson, the senior 5'10", 180-pounder. Here's the thing. Urbandale said they needed to stop the run and try to steal some possessions. Well, they've been able to stop the run for the most part in the last 3 drives, but it's stealing those possessions. They've got to come up big right here.
Yeah, 2nd and short, 3rd and short, those are really tough on the defense, and then it's really hard to make a stop because they don't get in the backfield very much. That line kind of keeps them blocked out.
In motion is Cahill, who gets it on the sweep. Godwin, the lead block, gets free for 1, but not much. Tackle made inbounds, keeps the clock going. Stop made by Hayden Fredrickson again. He's a guy who Coach Anderson likes to say he can drop back, kind of be the hybrid guy. Godwin tried to get a shoulder on him to block him, but just kind of pushed him right into the path of the football.
You had Godwin, Morris, Hoy out there, Prusner's out there. That's a lot of linemen running downfield, getting in front of the running back. So they pull very well and get out there in space.
Who do you watch in the pull? The guard, is that right, or the tackle?
All of them.
All of them. Godwin gets the call right up the middle. That's his specialty. And Godwin gets almost 8 yards on the first touch of that possession. That's where he becomes effective. After you've had a big play somewhere else, go right back to your fullback.
He's a lot to bring down. He's had some has some good gains out there tonight. That once again he picks up about 6.
Second down, under 9, third quarter. Jags in control. Marching left to right, all black uniforms on the top. Gray pants on bottom. Handoff. Straight up Tyler Cahill, and he stood up. He did get inside the 30 to about the 28. Going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, Jason Harrell there in the middle of the pile. Stopped him, stood him up right there, creating the third down. Now let's see if they can get a stop on that 3rd and 1. This is a play that you like to see the misdirection. I wouldn't be surprised if Centennial comes out, puts a guy in motion, trying to get outside, pull those linemen out there, get a big lane.
Marcotte is playing center field. Doesn't look like he's sneaking up to make a tackle or some type of blitz. Hard to blitz against this team. Godwin for 1 will fall forward, and I think he will get the first down. So the chains will move for the Jags. Under 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Yes, that Prusner-Peterson combination there. They're lined up on the left side, kind of just as straight-ahead drive blocking. Godwin gets up there, kind of picks his hole. All he needs is a couple yards, picks up the first down.
Jaguars with the football again in the shotgun. Seversyke. Play action. He's going to roll out to the side. He throws to the left. Tuck it and run and then rip down to the ground. Coming up is Adnan Ikalik.
Been waiting to say that
I've been
name.
waiting all night to say that. Adnan, if you're familiar with the Serial podcast, Tim, I don't know if you are, in your commutes. Yeah. Did you pick that one up a couple of years ago? Adnan Saeed was the guy's name.
Yes.
I've been waiting to say Adnan all night.
Yep. All week. I'll give a shout out to Carver there at the playing defensive end position. Really kind of made Seversite cut that back in and kind of slow him down, let the defense catch up and make that play.
9th play of the drive for the Jags is 2nd and 11. Play clock under 5. Gates wrapped up and dropped right about the line of scrimmage. And making the tackle for Urbandale is Grant Garwood. And Garwood's a guy that Coach Pizzetti was telling me earlier this week. They were concerned about him. He's getting some college attention. He's a 6'5", D-end, 245 pounds. He's going to play at the next level. It's just a matter of where.
Yeah, he's got one of those bodies you can grow into. He's athletic. He's tall. Also a backup tight end, so he's got some skills that are transferable, but it looks like defensive end's his natural position.
He's lined up on the left side for Urbandale, near side if you're watching here on the screen. They're going to go Cahill, and Garwood turns him inside. And great second effort coming for the tackle was Petrillo. And Garwood turned in Cahill, and so now it'll be 4th down. Ball at the 24. Jaguars need to get to about the 18. Play clock at 15. They're going to go for it. This is 4-down territory. Knief stays on the sideline. They're going to run it. Cahill in motion, but before the snap, going to have a penalty against it, initially marked as signaled as against Centennial.
Yep. I think they're going to do a pass play there, and I think the receiver kind of took off, off his marker a little too fast. So now it brings up a much longer 4th down, 4th and 12. But the offense is still in there. They're going to go for it again. You're in that short field. You're at the 29-yard line. Why not go for it? See what you got in your offense.
You're up 20. You're up 21-0, Tim. You're right. So now Urbandale pin their ears back. What do they got on 4th down? Looking towards the middle. Severside goes for broke. Down towards the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Centennial on 4th and 11. Who do they find but Benjamin Breeding in the end zone?
Yeah, Breeding's up there, big receiver, 6'5". He's kind of get up there, went up in the air, and just really kind of picked it out of there like it was a rebound, came down. Then he actually was pretty well covered by the safety, but he came down to the end zone for the touchdown. Good job, Centennial.
So a touchdown pass for the Jags. Knief's extra point is good. Centennial leads 28-0 on CISN.TV.
Stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me. Because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health. Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me. Because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our...
Marcotte takes the up kick and a shorter kick. And so again, Urbandale, a little better field position than what they started in the game, Tim. And Breeding finally getting thrown at. I mean, he's a target. You just save him for that exact play.
Yep, he went straight down the middle. He was between the hash marks, and he was right there where that soccer stripe is in the end zone. Jumped up and made a play, made a good catch.
Colby back out, down, actually new quarterback for Urbandale. The pitch to Whaley goes all the way back inside the 20, and Whaley's just going to go down to prevent any further loss. In now at quarterback for Urbandale is Ty Langenberg, 6'2", 175-pound junior, and now Urbandale trying a little something different here, and Langenberg absolutely a welcome to varsity football with that hit on the play. So now ball goes all the way back. 2nd and 20 yards to go. Ball goes to the 17. 4 minutes left to go here in the quarter. The throw and catch is made, and now Lucas Strain, and now Centennial knows Urbandale is going to try to throw the football, Tim, and they can just load up and pop anybody that comes open.
Yeah, Huber came over from his free safety position. You know, they kind of play that. They call it cover 4. You know, the safeties and the corners are all kind of in that, you know, looks like a prevent defense how they play, but they play aggressively. You can pass underneath, but when you're behind like this, you get long yardage. It's kind of hard to get much of a gain.
Langenberg from the gun throws down the right side, and it's incomplete. He was headed for Cole Secor was his intended receiver. And it'll be incomplete, and it'll be a 4th down. So very little time goes off the clock. That's the problem when you're down. That's kind of what Ankeny got into last week against Centennial.
Yeah, the middle's a little bit open. You know, if you got a 3 yards to go or 6 yards to go, you can throw that over the middle because the safeties play kind of deep. But they're just kind of playing prevent. You know, when you got 20 yards to go, it's kind of hard to pick up the 1st down.
High snap, and the punt is away by Jaden Harrell, and it's taken by Centennial on their side of the field. Gates gets it, and getting the tackle will be Logan Hong, and also
it's like
Ferguson.
Yep. The Carver's in there as well.
Let's go down to Jeff Brooks. He's down on our sideline. I haven't checked in with Jeff. What's happening, man?
Hey, boy, when Centennial scored that last time, you could obviously see they tried something different, went away from their run. Nice pass down there, completion, and then, boy, their defense is really running downhill right now.
Centennial has it at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, 3:19 to play, 3rd quarter. Cahill still running. Ball comes out, but it's Gain of 17 on that play, up to the 35-yard line. Going along for the ride was Gabe Hoyt. Finally gets the tackle made.
Yeah, Mills out there in the slot, going downfield, getting a block, and just kind of keeping the corner off and just kind of keeping that lane going. And Godwin takes it a little bit and finds his running lane.
Clock strikes 3 minutes. Gates goes in motion, gets it. Gates looks left, now cuts back right, had time to adjust his face mask and his field of vision before the hole closed and Jay Marcotte, the free safety, came up for the stop.
And if he didn't make that, he was cutting back if Gates was. And if Marcotte did not make that tackle, I think he'd have been in the end zone. He kind of cut back, that open field cut back. Good open field tackle by Marcotte, but I think he was going. So the defense is getting a little tired out there. I think they're kind of trying to find their wind.
Coach Pizzetti said to me earlier this week that they'd like to run 60 offensive plays. They consider that a good night as they go right up to Gabe Godwin, and he just bowls his way inside the 20. Man, he is a tough runner. Part of the reason that we didn't talk about him much pregame last week, he's been battling hamstrings. He had 16 carries last week for 101 yards. He was the workhorse. Tonight, not featured as much, but still very effective.
He had 7 carries in the first half. I have him now for 7 carries, 27 yards, and those are the hard yards. He's going to bang it away in there. So he's had 4 carries so far this year. So his hamstrings look pretty good.
They're healed. Fake to Godwin, go back through Cahill. Cahill makes one man miss, still going, and it takes a couple of Jayhawks to bring him down. In the middle for Urbandale was Jaden Harrell and Ty Cowley. Cowley, a senior. Harrell, one of those wrestlers, and Urbandale has had a lot of wrestlers over the years. Moreno, the assistant coach, is also involved with the wrestling program, and so he knows how to get the guys out. Godwin again through the middle inside the 5, and he'll be short.
The first and goal for Centennial. Yeah, those wrestlers, they have great balance. You can't question their toughness.
And if you do, they're going to take you out into the back alley and say, you want to test my toughness now? Under a minute to play, third quarter. Centennial a touchdown away here and an extra point from a continuous clock. Seversike taps the right side of his center. Hard snap count, left tackle moved, as did one of the defensive ends. Garwood jumped, but he pointed.
I think it might be a encroachment on the defense. I think they kind of came across the line too soon. A lot of finger pointing, but generally it goes to the defense.
So now it is against Urbandale. Good call, Tim.
They always blame defensive linemen for penalties. I don't know why.
As we go into the mood lighting portion of the program now here in the press box, as we get to the, we're still learning this box, trying to figure out what's the best scenario, but it is a great place to work out of. Up the middle goes Godwin, short from the fake, and I think it's going to be on the 1-inch line again. Gates gets off that pile. He's going to say, I'm in the end zone getting off this pile. Making a stop for Urbandale, Jackson Rudo, the plug is his nickname. He stops a lot of plays.
I might just let the clock run out here for this third quarter.
So we'll go from the 1 to the 1, but it's going to be 99 yards. The final fourth quarter when we come back. Centennial in control, 28-0 here on CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Yankee Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at yankeefanatic.com. Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Yankee.
Centennial has scored 28 points in this contest, and they are an inch from scoring 6 more as we go to the jump around fourth quarter, brought to you by Mid-American Energy. College football gets for real tomorrow, Tim.
Yes, it's a very exciting day. Got some big early games on. Of course, the big game in Ames tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Severside calls his own number for a touchdown, his second 1-yard run of the game. And the Jaguars put 6 more on the board. So the Cyclones, do you think you buy in the hype? I mean, now let's remember. Do we have to do a disclaimer?
No, you don't have to do a disclaimer. I even though I do work at that little school to the north. Yes, I think it's for real. They got a lot of good seniors coming back. They're pretty low. They're too deep across the line with quality athletes. I think they've go. That's a tough. Big 12 is a tough conference.
And when we come back, it'll be a continuous clock. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be back. Centennial leads 35-0.
Who's the backup QB? Gray?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ankeny Stadium. The first play of the fourth quarter is a touchdown for Centennial. They lead 35-0, so we will have continuous clock as soon as the ball is touched. And the possessions get set up. And Urbandale returns it out to about the 20. And that is Economos. I remember his cousin Petey playing for Valley, and there was another Economos that went through Sam Anderson's squad. Coach Anderson came to Urbandale from West Delaware in Manchester along Highway 20. And so now he has been at Urbandale, and in fact, Tim, I did ask him, I said, you talked to that former player of yours, that crazy Alan Lazard, and he said, yep, He said he talks more to his dad, kind of let Alan get ready into the flow of the season, as we're going to have a throw, and it's caught by Economos. Gets 5 yards on the play. Again, quarterbacking for Urbandale is Langenberg. And Alan Lazard trying to make his mark in the NFL, play at that next level, former Cyclone. Yep. Good player at Urbandale.
Yeah, down for the Carolina Panthers. Played a lot last night.
Play action to Whaley. Langenberg's pass is tipped and intercepted. And picking it off and still running is Jackson Huber down the sideline, and another penalty flag comes out. Another one. 2 flags. I need Jeff Brooks to sort out what just happened. It was a tipped pass. I don't know if you saw any of the tip, but it was Jackson Huber who made the INT, Jeff.
Yeah, it was a nice tip pass returned, and then we got a little bit aggressive after the play and during the play on the side. Nothing to do with the play at all, but yeah, it was a nice play by Centennial there.
This is a tough spot, Jeff, in a game when you're down 35-0, and you just kind of feel like you can't do anything right, and they're going to say roughing, offsetting penalties. Okay. It'll be first down for Centennial. All right, Jeff, looks like we might start seeing some reserves here. Nope, Garrett Seversike's still coming out. Help me. If we get anybody moving into the game, everybody, we'll try to get the new player in. But you're at this point in the season, Tim, you're just trying to get guys reps.
Yeah, if you got, if Godwin has got a little tight hamstrings, I want to start seeing some new running backs in there. But I think he's going to see how these guys react to a short field.
Well, we do have a new running back, and that would be number 27 who just got the ball, Colin Luch. And that's going to be it for Severside. Coming into quarterback is going to be Keaton Gray. We talked about Keaton's sister earlier, and Keaton does play on the defensive side of the ball. And now Keaton's going to get a chance, the 6', 165 junior backup quarterback. Keaton out of the gun. Keeps it himself, calls his own number up the middle as we have Luch, and we also have William Snyder. That's number 28. You see him in motion. 27 Luch, 28 Snyder. Let's see. Go ahead, Tim.
No, just see that I thought he had the first down there, but looks like, look at the play clock coming in, but they got out of the huddle all right to get the play off.
Approaching 9 minutes to go in the game. Continuous clock. Another high snap. They go Luch. Up the middle, Luch puts his shoulder down, and he'll be tackled. Looks like making the stop for Urbandale is Anthony Villatoro. Both of these teams now getting in some of their reserves. That's about one of the only good things that comes out of a lopsided game is a couple of different guys get some snaps.
Yeah, last two snaps coming back to the shotgun a little bit high, so I'm kind of see if there's a new center in there getting used to a new quarterback.
A little more under control. Snyder gets it on left sweep. He's into the 5, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Snyder on a 10-yard run. Jaguars rolling now. William Snyder, the junior, 5'9", 160 pounds, found his way into the end zone for a 10-yard run.
Gray stays in as the holder for the place kick.
A different kicker as well. And that was Lincoln Banyas. Centennial leads 41-0 when we come back on CISN. Jaguars, Knief gets his leg into it. High over end kick taken inside the 5 by Urbandale, and they get up to about the 21-yard line. So Tim Halber and I were discussing for you, Jeff Brooks, on guys to talk to in the post game, and I think it's kind of hard to avoid Corey Prongi. He had a nice return, but how about Garrett Seversike's game, Jeff Brooks?
Yeah, boy, Garrett was solid this whole game. He just kind of managed the offense and took care of business. And boy, you can't ask for anything more from a senior quarterback.
Corey Prongi, the INT, and then you've got Seversike, a couple of touchdowns, threw for one. Thanks, Jeff Brooks. Pass down the middle, almost intercepted again. A couple of Jaguars were there at the 40. And the one who's the most frustrated is the guy who's already got one, Jackson Huber. He says, I want two.
Yeah, Langenberg, he kind of lets it sail out there. He's kind of throwing it nose up. It kind of as it gets over the receiver's head. He's going to have to kind of put a little downward motion. He's got a nice delivery, and he gets it downfield, but it kind of sails on him. So you got to be careful. That middle of the field is very dangerous against Centennial. The way those two safeties play, Huber and Rogers.
41-0. Urbandale, they go off with Whaley, who's still into the game. Coach Anderson said Whaley likes to use that speed. You know, at the state track meet this year, in the 100-meter final in Class 4A, Gavin Williams was 6th, Whaley was 7th, and Jason Murray of Dowling Catholic was 8th. So a really loaded field of Central Iowa football players. At last check, the Dowling Catholic Maroons were trailing Valley, their arch rival, that game tonight at Drake Stadium. And Tim, that is an awesome place for a game for football when everybody's there. Whaley gets into the secondary, and he gets up to the 40 before he is brought down by Hayden Fredrickson. Or take that back, late penalty comes out. Desmond Vaughn makes the tackle.
Yeah, he kind of got up and he kind of pushed off the running back a little bit. And, you know, officials are going to call this every time. We kind of saw that last week, and it doesn't take a lot to kind of get the unsportsmanlike. So I imagine it's going to be 15 yards here. Unintentional, but this late in the game, we kind of try to keep it clean.
14-6, Valley led Dowling at half. That game available to watch tonight on CISN. That's after a lightning delay. And the penalty against the Jaguars.
Got all new defensive backfield in there. Like Rogers is still in. We got some new people in there.
And it's a final over at Johnston. Tell you that in a moment. Quarterback rolls, throws. It's there for a moment, incomplete. Almost with the INT was Centennial in the secondary there, and that was Mason Yagi. Ankeny falls short tonight, 14-9. I think so. Ankeny falls to 0-2, and they'll face a very tough Cedar Falls team, which a game we'll have next week, Tim, here from this same spot and on this same channel. Centennial will go to Waterloo West, and Urbandale will go home to face the Rail Splitters of Des Moines Lincoln. Whaley off left side, gets back to the line of scrimmage and up to the 35 before making the stop is...
Lots of new players in there.
Yeah, let's see. 37. And, of course, I don't have them on that or that. I don't have 37 on any of my rosters. Sorry about that if that's your family member. 3rd and short. 5 minutes to play, fourth quarter. The pass is caught and then incomplete. Incomplete. Tough play, Will Pattison. And that pass from Langenberg.
It looks like 26 in there. I see another 15. I don't know if that's Keaton Gray back in there playing defensive back. We got sandwiched in between those, 4th and 4.
Yeah, he is back there. Yeah.
Just put me in, Coach.
Put me in. I want to play. And then a timeout's going to be called. We'll step away. The final 4:21 when we come back here. It's Centennial in control.
About it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service. There's no doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air.
What's turned out to be a beautiful night here at Ankeny. We dodged the rain early. We'll try to be home before the rain hits late. It's going to be a wet weekend. 4th down, and the conversion caught, but short, very close to the first down, is Max Secor. And it'll be a turnover on down. So short of the first down. So the Jayhawks might be their final possession here. Coming up in the postgame, we'll try to get some interviews with Coach Pizzetti, and we're still, as again, like we said last week, trying to get our teams that we're covering used to this new era of CISN. We're going to have all the home games from Ankeny Stadium this year. So if Centennial's home, we'll be here. If Ankeny's home, we'll be here. And you'll be wherever you are around the world. We're glad to have you if you're watching tonight somewhere. Gray is calling for a play, and he's also calling for a right tackle. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and the Jaguars are going to have to take a timeout. So, all right, so Jeff, you've wondered, can Centennial have a shutout in the first 8 quarters? It's looking likely. My question to you is, can they get 12 next week against a Waterloo West team that might not be as strong as some of these Central Iowa teams? It's a reach, but it's possible. The way their defense is playing right now. Waterloo West beat Waterloo East last Friday, which turned into Saturday morning because of lightning delays. Our friend Ramel Slaughter was keeping us updated on that game. You know how Ramel is.
Yes, yeah, it's very excited. Very loyal football fan, sports fan.
Yes. Used to be part of the CISN crew back when we were in West Des Moines. Ramel over on the eastern side of the state. Keaton Gray has a fresh clock, and he's got all of his linemen. And there'll be a penalty as there are 2 57s on the field for Urbandale. And I know one is Carson Burright, and the other one, Gus Herbold. August Herbold is on the field. 2 57s, the sophomore dressing. His parents Lance and Deb. Handoff for Centennial off the right side, and the tackle made by Neary gets the call for the handoff. And I don't have a number 6 for Urbandale.
Kind of different. The quarterback comes to the sideline for Centennial, gets the play. You know, Gray runs back to the huddle, gives the play. He's going to be tired at the end of the game.
Well, and actually now we have a third different quarterback, Dawson Treben. Treben's going to keep it. That was not the way that play was designed. Coming up to make the tackle, number 6, I think. Treben was trying to get it to Anthony Nearing, and that was just a miscommunication as we're at 2.5 minutes to play now.
Yep, I'm sure Centennial's going to take their time with the play clock, you know, winding it down.
Treben doesn't know the hand signals, Tim. I bet that's what it is.
That's probably it.
So, yeah, the run to the side. There's been teams that have done that.
Or you can use the two quarterback system, give the quarterback a play, let him come in. I've seen that too.
This is your chance to build depth. 3rd and 7 at the 2-minute mark left in the game. Treben looks left, goes right, and he's hit. Be well short of the first down. Making the tackle for Urbandale is Cal Bethke.
Fourth and 4, they could probably run this clock down to about 1:10 before they have to run a play.
Urbandale next week, home. They'll fall to 0-2 on the game, or on the season. Centennial travels to Black Hawk County to face Waterloo West. Treben will call out the signs and signals, bark out the cadence on 4th down. They go up the middle, and getting the first down, I believe, is going to be Colin Luch.
Good play there, good play for 10 yards, solid blocking. Even that backup line there, I think good technique, you know, good practice for these guys to get out there and create a hole up the middle, you know, get the first down. Basically, now they can run the clock out.
Under a minute to play. We'll have a quick post game and couple of interviews and put Jeff Brooks to work. He was tired last week, weren't you, Jeff?
I was very tired last week, but it's all good. It's a nice fall night, early fall, late summer.
Treben keeps it left side. And he'll be tackled for what will likely be the last play of the game.
Yeah, ball spotted. 17 seconds to go. That should be the game.
So Centennial improves to 2-0. Urbandale falls to 0-2. We'll do a post game with you right after this on CISN.TV.
It takes more than a great price and great selection to continue to grow every year. We believe the reason is our core values. Hard work, we work hard for you. Integrity, it's not optional, it's required. We build trusting relationships and don't run when the problems arise. We're always improving the customer experience. It's been the Schottenkirk way for over 50 years. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Waukee, and the all-new Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Back at Ankeny Stadium as the Centennial Jaguars improve to 2-0 with a 41-0 win, and we are in our post-game part of the program. And Jeff Brooks, where'd you go, bud? You got somebody?
Yeah, I'm down here with Coach Pizzetti. Coach, you had a nice game here tonight. Your first team, first half, you guys took care of business with the starters. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, we're just happy, this is our second shutout straight. We're happy about our defense, and our offense has been controlling the ball. We had a couple plays not so good at the end of the first half, but we came out and had the ball for 8 minutes to start the second half, and that's good football. That's Jaguar football.
So 8 quarters now, shutout. We talked about a little bit of about that in the broadcast. So what do you pass on as you go on your first road trip out of town next week to your team to keep up the momentum?
Well, we just have to. I mean, with our schedule, if you don't go all out every game, you're going to have an L. So we want a W. So we're going to have a great week of practice, hopefully.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Good luck.
All right, that's Jeff Brooks on the side, and I see Garrett Seversyke is there, and we're going to go back down to the field as Jeff Brooks with the starting quarterback of tonight's game.
Yeah, I'm down here with Garrett Seversyke. Hey, Garrett, good game tonight. Can you tell me a little bit about overall performance? How'd things go well for you? What'd you see? What do you improve on next week?
It was a great game all around. I mean, our backs, they always run hard. Our line really improved this week. Defense pushed another shutout, which is always great to have, and have something to lean on like that. We just need to keep on improving with our fakes and our execution and everything, and just keep on getting better throughout the year.
So next week you go on the road. It'll be your first time outside of this field. How's that going to change kind of your team week and going forward here?
To keep things the same every week. Wherever we go, we just try to have our same warm-up, do everything the same. Everything's the same except for our uniform, obviously, and where we play. So we just try to keep going every week.
All right, man. Well, hey, good luck with the rest of the season, and we'll catch up with you later. Awesome. Back up to you.
All right, Garrett Seversyke with Jeff Brooks. And Garrett had, he gets credit for those good drives of 1 yard and 1 yard for touchdowns.
Yeah, I had him officially. I think I had him down for, if I got this right, I think I got him for 5 carries. He had a loss there and a no gain, but I think he had like 2 net yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns. So very, very effective on the ground. But passing, if I'm right, he was 4 to 5. The touchdown pass, I think he did.
Yeah, I think there was only 1 drop.
Yeah, so I think very efficient. They're going to have a ground game. 5 passes is a lot for the Centennial team. So, but no, very good offensively. I think they had control. They had tempo. Nice game by Seversyke tonight. I mean, as a senior, leadership. He's calm. You don't see any turnovers. He doesn't drop the ball. So a nice game, nice all-around game by him.
Cahill with a yard touchdown run. Godwin, a 9-yard score, made it 14-0. Then Seversyke got the next 3. One of them, a 28-yard touchdown pass to Ben Breeding before Snyder capped off the scoring. That Breeding touchdown on 4th down, it was going to be about 4th and 2. After a penalty, made it about 4th and 7. I think they still had the same play called. I don't know. But they went right down the middle, and Breeding gets his first catch and first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, to isolate him on a safety, you could be a 6'1" safety out there, but Breeding's out there, he's 6'5". He's got some college looks out there. You say he's a really good athlete. Not throwing. I think that's his first catch of the season, so good timing for that. But he gets up there, he has good hands, got to the apex of the throw, pulled it down, held on to the end zone. Nice to see him get involved. I think I want to get him in the game a little bit more besides just his blocking ability.
All right, Tim Hauber, thank you so very much. Great night as well. And as we get into the swing of things, next week, Cedar Falls. I've never done a Cedar Falls game before in all the years. They've just not been teams that have not come to Western Iowa in the broadcast, and we'll let you know a little bit more about him. And we'll be on the air around 6:45 from Ankeny Stadium, and it'll be the Hawks and the Tigers of Cedar Falls. But tonight, the Jayhawks came in looking for their first win of the season, but couldn't find the scoreboard or the end zone. They fall tonight by a final of 41-0. For the crew here at CISN.TV, which is Jeff Brooks, Tim Hauber, I'm Paul Yeager, for Jennifer and Jimmy helping us out, keeping everything online. We appreciate you watching. Again, the final score, Centennial 2-0 on the season with a 41-0 win here at Ankeny Stadium. So long. See you next week.
Look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
To turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight.
Beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-V Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-V Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.